Hello, Aquarius Sun, Scorpio Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. Let's start off with a little bit of astrology, though, first. With your first house or your rising sign being Scorpio, which is a fixed water sign, you may be somebody who, at least to the public, seems very deep on an emotional level, maybe a little bit mysterious, can appear that you don't reveal all of yourself or your whole self to people, especially when you first meet them. You may also be able to kind of sense the undertones of the room or of an argument, especially maybe more so than with family, with strangers, or with people you meet, or maybe it has something to do with what you do for work. Now, with that Scorpio rising, that means your sun is most likely, not in every case, but most likely in the fourth house, which is the house of family. And with your Aquarius sun there, that can indicate that you had an unusual upbringing or your family is unique in some way, or maybe that you were the one who stood out as unique, the most unique person within your family unit. Aquarius is also a fixed air sign. So you have two fixed signs here. So you could seem very rigid to people, you could seem very fixed in your opinions in certain things. At the same time, you're very good at communicating, and when you're talking about your emotions with people that you trust, you're very, very good at it, and you know exactly what you want to say and how to properly, or at least how to verbally communicate it in a very thoughtful way. All right, now let's get into your cards. When I'm talking about the cards, I labeled them 1 through 12, and that's just so, to avoid my own confusion as I'm going through all of these readings. Your first month, card 1 for you, will be February of 2025. All right, let's see. I think I already did this, but we'll just keep going. It's meant to be, right? So, card 1, or February for you. Card 2, card 3, card 4, 5, and 6. Then card 7, 8, and 9. Card 10, 11, and 12. And then on the back of the deck, I'll pull a card that has is like the theme of the year or an extra message. We'll see what when I pull it here. You have the 6 of Wands. That's a rather auspicious card to have here. 6 of Wands is indicative of victory, of being recognized for success in something, of achieving a certain goal. And you'll get accolades for that. People will recognize you for that. Don't shrink away from it. Don't try to hide that success. Be proud. You're doing something that other people, maybe in your family or your circle in some way, have not done before. You're breaking through barriers. You're making changes, probably even generational changes, for the better. You're improving your life and you're inspiring others to do the same. So keep just being you in this way. All right, now, let me try not to get overly obsessed with the cards, okay? Starting off here in month 1. Well, okay, actually, first, one of the things I do, I look at the overall major arcana cards that we have in the reading overall, as that can indicate how different you may be by the end of this next year. And I think you have quite a few. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So half of your cards for the year are major arcana cards. So this could be a significant year for you where there's some changes. What do we have here? The Moon, the High Priestess, the Devil, the Lovers, the Fool, and the Hanged Man. You're going to be moving on from something, it feels like. Changing your perspective on something, it's going to be unexpected to you, but it's going to help you move past or move out. I don't know if it's on your own, or you're going to be ready to try something new, and you're going to be ready to take a chance on it. That's the general vibe I'm getting with all of these major arcana cards for this year for you. So there's that extra message there. And now let's see what we have for each individual month. We're starting off here in month 1 with the Moon. This could be a revelation, a secret coming to the surface. Because if you think of the moon, there are things you can see under the light of the moon that you cannot see in the full light of the sun. They're hidden from your view under the usual circumstances. But there's going to be a shift, or somebody's going to blurt something out, or something will be discovered here this month that kind of changes how you feel about a person or a situation. It could be either. The moon is deeply emotional and intuitive energy also. So this could be a very emotional experience for you. Um, Really tapping in probably to that Scorpio energy of yours. I think there may be some anger there too. Um, that you weren't given the full truth, or that this was not shared with you at the time that it happened. But it's setting you up for the rest of the year, and maybe that's why you're able to make changes as you move forward. Is because this in a way sets you free of expectations related to whatever this thing was. That's what I'm getting off of that card for you. And then in month 2 we have the High Priestess, and this feels like, okay, well, now that I know that, what do I want? How does that impact me inside? This is an introspective kind of card. It's about getting it in touch with the divine feminine in a way. It is about getting in touch with the inner you, the more spiritual part of yourself. And really thinking about how are you going to leverage this knowledge or information to amp up that part of your life? How do you want to integrate the lessons learned from that going forward? This is a month where you're sitting in a lot of introspection, maybe meditation, prayer, doing things that get you into the flow state where you can just process things in the background until you're ready to make decisions. But it does bring you to kind of a calmer state, and more focus, so that you can come up with a plan or decide what you want your next steps to be. That's what I'm getting off of this card for you. Traditionally, this is very much about meditation and maybe even discovering your own intuitive abilities. Maybe you're leveraging more of that Scorpio energy as a result, because Scorpio can be, again, very intuitive. And maybe that's what you're recognizing about yourself here too. In certain situations, you have deeply insightful knowledge. And then in month 3, we have the Five of Swords. So this can indicate an argument. This could indicate miscommunication. It's ultimately, fives are challenge cards. They are a test to see if you are really ready to move on. And the Five of Swords is, do you want to win that argument at all costs? Or you just want to say, you know what? I'm not even going to argue about this anymore. I'm going to let it go. You believe in what you believe in. I believe what I believe in, and that's okay. I'm going to move on from this. I'm not going to discuss it with you anymore. I don't need to win just to win the argument, because that could cause other issues. It could mean it's an ongoing thing and it's a never ending situation, and no one wins. No one wins. So you need to be willing to let go of this and recognize that this is one where nobody does win, and you can walk away. You don't have to keep hashing it over again and again and again and getting frustrated by it all. Why do that to yourself? Not worth it. And then in month 5, in month 4, we have the Devil. Another major arcana card. Did I mention you had a lot? The Devil is temptation. It is self-sabotage. It is indulgence. It feels like this could go either way. So let me feel into it a little bit more for my Aquarius Sun Scorpio Risings. There is a feeling here like you're feeling guilty for moving on from something. So it's a little like you're punishing yourself because you are moving on. There's an emotional distance there that you can't be captured again, right? You can't go back. Once you've moved on emotionally, you've moved on. But there's societal pressure. There's maybe pressure from others in family or your community in some way that, well, you should really just stay and give it another chance. But you really don't want to. Don't let yourself be pressured into doing something you don't want to do here. It is a form of self sabotage, it is a form of punishment by yourself for yourself. It's as if this is a case where it is okay to be stubborn and be fixed because this is for your own sanity, if you will. Others will see it in time, or they may not, but that's okay because you're taking care of yourself here. So there's going to be, it feels like a back and forth there, and even within yourself, of out of habit, out of being part of this community for so long, you're going to feel, you feel like you should do what they're saying, but you really don't want to. You don't feel it at all. Trust yourself here. Trust yourself. Don't let other people influence you to hold you back. And it looks like you do succeed here because in month 5 we have this 10 of Swords. Pretty serious looking card there. This is a definitive ending. It is the end of a cycle. It is the end of a pattern. Maybe this has to do with verbal abuse in some way, or an argument or something that has been ongoing for a while, probably related to this 5 of Swords, where there was never a winner. People keep trying to bring it up just because they like to argue, just because they like to see you get mad and see you get angry and see you get frustrated and get in your way. Get in the way of your success is what they're doing, because they don't want to see you move on, and they know what can trigger you. But now you're done. They can no longer trigger you. Their words no longer have an impact on you. You've seen them for what they are, and you're not going to deal with it anymore. So this is like cutting them off, blocking them, whatever it is. But you're done. You're done. Don't even try. I will not respond. You can no longer get a rise out of me over these subjects. I'm just done. I've disconnected mentally from this conversation and anything related to it. From you, I've disconnected mentally from you. And I'm moving on. That's what month 5 is about for you. Moving on. Mentally moving on. And then in month 6, we have the Lovers. Now, the Lovers is a card kind of about choices. This is about doing a really deep introspective of your relationships. Feels like relationships here. So for a lot of you, this may be more than one. Maybe other people that were involved in this situation where you're really wanting, you need to talk to each of them individually. Find out what their motivation is or was. Let them know your feelings and how you view it. Make sure you talk about everything. Go deep. Don't try to get angry though. Have the conversation. Openly, honestly, transparently. For others of you, this may be with your partner. You need to have this conversation, period. Where are they right now in this relationship? Where are you right now in this relationship? How do you see the future of our relationship? And how do they see it? How do you see it? What do they want to do next? What do they think is the next step you guys should take? Are you guys on the same page? Are you not on the same page? Do you want the same things or not? It's a decision point for your relationship. Does this feel like it's still meant to be? Does this feel like this is something you want to continue? Or is it time to make the decision to split? You need to have these deeply intimate, sometimes uncomfortable conversations to get everything out on the table, to know exactly where you both stand. It can make you stronger as a couple. It can make the relationship much more clear. Clarity is the word pushing through. But you have to have this conversation. Otherwise, you're both going to be stuck in a limbo, unhappy, and it's going to continue until till you have this conversation. Just do it. Talk the talk. And find out what your next step is going to be here. So you can both move forward, whether that's together or apart. And then down here in month 7, we have the Queen of Swords. So now we're into the air energy. The Queen of Swords is very much fact focused. What's the bottom line? Do you have a plan? Give me the facts, the figures, and then I can help you. They want to help. They are a queen, they are a leader, but they are still nurturing. It's a softer form of leadership. This could be very much like the feminine side of Aquarius energy. They like to talk, they like to have the conversations. They probably prefer, even sometimes, in some cases, to speak face to face so that they can read your face, read your reactions, and see if that feels right to them. If your words match your affect. This person wants all the news. They want all the information. They need it. Why do they need it? They want to help. So this is somebody you must be reaching out to for help. Don't hold anything back from this person. Otherwise, they cannot give you the help that you need. So be brutally honest with them in your answers. They will not be offended. They asked for the information. They know not all of the information is going to be good, and they're ready for that. And then they can help you come up with a plan. It could be part of their helping you too is to let you get it off your chest and to just be there to listen. But don't be afraid to open up to this person and share what it is you need to get the help that you need. That's what they're there for. And then we have the King of Coins in month 8. Another court card. This time it's king, so it's masculine energy, or it's a more authoritative type of leadership. But the King of Coins is still a pretty laid back kind of dude. He's not pushy. He's going to just tell you his story, see if that inspires you, and then if you want to follow the same thing, he will give you the information you need in order to follow his plan or follow that path that he took. This could be a financial advisor. This could be some like a executive management type person at work. Or it could even be somebody who's in real estate in some way. I'm having the word like real estate law about something in here. But this is somebody you want their advice. Other people go to them for advice. Other people go to them for advice also. I think the Queen probably referred you to this person. So go ahead and meet with them and see what they have to say. See if they can give you guidance on what your next steps should be in order to succeed in this. Now keep in mind, they look long term. They're planning, their ideas are long term things. So maybe this has to do with 401k or estate planning or some long term goal that you have. They're going to give you very sound advice. Keep that in mind, listen to it, take it all in. Does not mean you need to make a decision right then and there, but gather up all that information, ask all of your questions, and get all the answers so you can make an informed choice when you're ready. And then in month 9, you just take the leap. You just go. We have the Fool, the very first card in the tarot deck. This is the one that's on the journey. This is taking that first step. This is the decision to go for it. You don't know what's going to happen. You can't predict who you might meet, what you might encounter along the way. But you know what? This feels right, and I'm just going to go for it. It is a yes card. You're ready to start new, to start fresh, and you're going to go for it. Or if you're hesitating, go for it. Take a chance. Give yourself permission and go. And that's in month 9. In month 8, I'm going backward now. It's a journey. Then month 10, we have the 7 of Cups. You have choices. You have choices to make here. And these are things that are attached to your emotions or your intuition here. So it's a choice that you are emotionally attached to. It feels like it could have to do with packing things up or donating things, and you're having to make some hard decisions here on what has to go versus what you can keep and what makes sense to keep. I don't know why that came forward, but maybe for hopefully more than one of you that resonates. This card is essentially saying you have a lot of options before you, but you cannot choose all of them. You need to lean into how you feel about each of these things when making the decision. The one that feels the best for you is the one that you want to pick. Whether that is objects, a choice on a career, or where you want to live, or people that you want to hang out with, or events that you want to attend. Do not go to the ones that you really do not want to go to, because it will just be a disaster. Trust your intuition on that. Go for the ones that feel right and the ones that you really, really want to do. That's how you choose here from all the options. Doesn't have to be, don't worry about hurting anybody else's feelings. This just has to be good for you. And then we have the 4 of Coins in month 11. Now we're kind of holding back a little bit. This is a month maybe you're saving up money for something in particular, a special gift or something like that. Or maybe you've decided to do a vacation, or you want to build your savings back up again after the holidays, or maybe after a splurge, because where are we at here? This would be December. Yeah, maybe you're not taking a big trip that you had thought you might take next year. Instead, you want to save that money and maybe invest it in whatever it is that this King of Coins plan gave to you for a plan. Maybe you're changing your mind about what you want to do, but it's a little bit of I'm going to hold back for right now. I'm just going to hold back and see how things turn out before I make a decision, before I expend any resources. So maybe this is even a month where you decide not to attend some family events, just because it would be tiring and exhausting for you. So you're just going to stay home. That's another way of conserving your energy, conserving your resources. But it's a little bit of a more mellow vibe, maybe than you are initially intending or anticipating for December. And then in month 12, we have the Hanged Man. This is the last card in your reading, in your year ahead. And the Hanged Man is all about taking a time out, putting yourself into kind of a timeout or an observer only role. This is not a month to sign any contracts, so plan for that. This is not a month to make any big decisions. It is a month to gather information, observe how things are going in other areas, maybe do some more research on things, but it is not a month to act. You want to learn everything you can so that in future months you can then make an informed decision. Again, with the informed decision. So that must be a key topic too for you here in this year. And that's how you get victory. Those informed decisions you have. All right, that is what I have for you, Aquarius Sun, Scorpio Rising, for your year ahead. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if you resonated with this or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.